Welcome to The System Works, the lifestyle channel that shows you who you are, what you truly want, and how to get it. The System Works. Own it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of The System Works. I am your host, Ernest Phillips. Glad to be here. Glad to be with you. I hope your day is going well. Mine's going pretty well. Actually, it's going really well. I've had some massive, really neat universal currency coming my way. Right before we started shooting in the studio, there was some situational universal currency that lit my fire. I mean, it was just so good stuff that I could not prepare for, didn't know it was coming. And for those of you, if you've watched the show before, you know I talk about universal currency. And universal currency is anything that benefits someone else. Okay, that's it. That's all it is. And it is our job to get better at receiving it. And in order to receive it, you have to identify it, recognize what it is, let it come in, and then you can have some gratitude. But all I want you to be able to do is get better at receiving it. And situational is where it's a situation, it's something that happens that you didn't plan for, you didn't control, and that situation benefited you. I happen to run in some people today, and I just got some of the greatest universal currency. I received it in, which means now I'm smiling. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I showed up to the studio today, I had every aspect of showing grace to myself because I wasn't feeling it. I was feeling good, but I wasn't feeling this. And boom, situational currency, and my energy's up. I'm ready to rock and roll, which is good because now you get the best of me in today's episode. Hot diggity. See now, look, see how fast universal currency just starts to flow? I love it. Okay. The title of today's episode, it's not the person, it's the role. Okay. We're going to start you with the TUG Tip. Inaccurate expectations is the fastest way to disappointment. I see this more often. I see this more often. I was going to say in marriage, but that's not true. I was going to say in relationship, that's not true. I was going to say on the job, that's not true. I was going to say it with friends, that's not true, or with kids. Apparently, I see this everywhere, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. We will have expectations of a person, but then we also have expectations of a role. People are people. We try to do better at roles, and sometimes our whole identity is that role. Okay. But here's where the difference is. Here's where this breaking point comes. Let's say you get a job. Congrats. Woo. And you are doing your job well. Congrats. Woo. Because if you have been around, not everybody is doing their job well. Not everybody is doing their job even minimum standards. When you're doing it well, I get to go woohoo. Okay. And you have this person that you know, and you know them well. You know about their family life. You know about their children. You know this person outside of work. They also happen to be your boss. And now you stop liking them because they're bad at being a boss. What's happened there? There's a very good chance that they are still the same person, and they might even be a good boss. But they might not be a good boss to you because in your mind, a boss should do these things. A boss should be a leader. A boss should have everything prepared. A boss should be able to train me. A boss should be able to know the decision. A boss should be able to make those sound decisions and know what's going on. A boss should be able to support me, protect me. A boss. All right, first of all, if that's your standard of a boss, Wowzers. But I know a lot of people who have that. I see them on LinkedIn all the time. A leader should. Oh, come on. There's a lot of different ways to be a leader. Minimum. Did you do something and did someone follow? Hey, guess what? You met the minimum expectations to be a leader. Somebody followed you. If your expectations of the role are bigger than the person, you now have an inaccurate expectation. Okay, let's talk about in dating. Oh my goodness. I am very good, and I have been very good at expressing myself, communicating, letting the other person know who I am and what to expect. I've been very good at this since I was a young pup. I mean, like high school. This is something that I've always been very good at doing. And the other person will be like, okay, I like this. This is good. The number of times in my past where after they got to know me and liked me, then we became quote unquote boyfriend, girlfriend, suddenly I'm failing. I'm thinking, whoa, what's going on here? Because they're not expecting me to be me. They're expecting me to be the expectations of the role of a boyfriend. Because you know what a boyfriend does? A boyfriend sends you notes. A boyfriend sends you flowers. A boyfriend, right? I know. Can't do it. Not gonna do it. I did try and I got caught in the trap, and then I realized, no, that sounds like a you problem. Okay, this happens. I know a particular couple that I coached, and his complaint was, it's a complaint that a lot of men have said and a lot of women have heard, and you know it. Here it comes. One of the number one answers of complaints from husbands about their wives. What is it? We don't have enough sex. Okay, so if she's my wife, if she loves me, and I'm like, oh boy, he is going to be very unhappy, or he is going to be very shocked, or he might be very happy at what I'm going to tell him next. And I said, okay, what are you doing to help her be in the mood? Well, I shouldn't have to do all that. And anytime I hear that, and I hear that phrase a lot in coaching, and I said, you are correct. You shouldn't have to. However, your method's not working. Whether you should or shouldn't, if you want the outcome, you might want to try something different, because it sounds like you are the one frustrated, because it doesn't sound like she is as upset about how often you're having sex. Hate to break it to you. What are you doing to help the situation? What are you doing to help her be her instead of her having to be the role? How much work does she have to do after she gets home from work? Did you know statistically, wives typically do 2 hours of work in the home after work? There's a good reason why a lot of people are tired. Have you taken a few things off her plate? Did you take care of dinner? Or were you the one doing the same question every day? And I've yet to meet a mom or a wife that loves the question of, hey, what's for dinner? Ladies, I'm sorry. Some of us don't know any better. Some of us aren't taking advantage of what we do know. And but I'm just going to tell you, life hack, relationship hack. Take care of one meal a week. Let her know you're going to do that. Take it off her plate. But take one meal off the week. Be ambitious. Take one day. You have no idea how much that impact's going to make. If you're not helping the person be their best and you're comparing it to your expectations of a role, you are going to be the one disappointed and you're setting them up for failure. I had a friend, yes, I said past tense. I had a friend. We were so close. I mean, we would talk all the time. We could do hours of phone call. I mean, I'm a talker. He was a talker. It was great. We had a disagreement. I know, that's what we had. He felt offended. I said, wow, I'm sorry that you're offended. That certainly wasn't my intention. Matter of fact, my intention was something complete opposite. And that ended the friendship. He walked away. He didn't keep discussing it. Now, one of the things that I'm going to go on record to say I believe happened is he had an expectation of me in a role that I can't achieve. I can't achieve perfection. I can't not only be perfect and never hurt your feelings, I also can't control that. The most I can do is apologize. His expectation of me was greater than what I had the ability to do. And that ended the friendship. And guess what? I'm still me. I love me. I like me. I'm good at being me. I am not the target audience for everybody. I mean, I'm just not. I'm a lot. One of my good friends just says extra. I am just extra. And she's not wrong. Here's your action step. Identify who that person is, what their abilities are, what their capabilities are, what their limitations are. Get a good idea of who they are. Okay. Now, you also have a role of what that person is. Whatever that role is, you have your expectations. Adjust the role expectations onto the person. When you do it that way, now you're only expecting that person to do that part of the role that they can do. Let go of the stuff that they can't do. It has nothing to do with them. That has to do with a role. We are bigger than our roles. If you're out there and your only role is to be a dad or a mom or a boyfriend or a wife or a son or a parent or a boss, or you only have one role and that's your identity, I hope it's fulfilling, because if it's not, expand who you are. You are more than the role. But you only have the capacity to do a role on your capacity. So let's go full circle here. What's in it for you? Far less disappointment. Not to mention, you're going to get more out of the other person by having accurate expectations, by allowing them to fill that part of the role that they can do. You get more out of it, they get more out of it. What a heck of a Wi-Fi. You're bigger than the role, but you can only do the parts of you within that role. So go out, be a good role player, go be a good version of you, and not everybody's your target audience. It happens. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The System Works. Have fun with the action steps. Enjoy the Wi-Fis. Click like, click subscribe, and comment. The good and the bad, we like them all. We look forward to seeing you next time. The System Works. Own it.